Ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas. It's time for a Christmas Day Let's Taste wine tasting with myself, James Scaresbrook, otherwise known as the Intrepid Wino. I've managed to duck away from the festivities here at my family's home with all my extended family who are here for what looks like to be a sumptuous Christmas feast. Because as promised, I said I was going to open up some exciting wine that I wanted to share with you. You may have seen me taste, I think maybe one, maybe more wines from Mainridge Estate. Mainridge, if I didn't mention it already, was the first commercial vineyard on the Mornington Peninsula here in Victoria, just outside of Melbourne, and probably put the Mornington Peninsula on the map, particularly as far as Pinot Noir. The estate is only a couple of acres, I think, and they pretty much focus on two varieties. They make a little bit of Merlot, but definitely the key varieties for the Mornington Peninsula being Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. I visited Mainridge some months ago. I can't remember when it was exactly, but this was just before Mainridge Estate was sold. I think maybe it was just after. For those not aware, have a look on Google. Mainridge Estate has been sold, and so I wanted to take an opportunity to buy some wines. I did buy some bottles that I took with me. I think maybe about 9 bottles, but I also bought a dozen of the soon-to-be released wines, and I am actually opening up the first bottles of those. So they're all from the 2014 vintage. So I guess without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. The first wine, nope, not that one, is the Chardonnay 2014. Now Mainridge have been under screw cap for a long time, probably longer than a lot of places in the in Australia. So I've got my important apparatus here, and so that they argue that their wines look beautiful under a screw cap with some age. So let's have a look at this one. It's pretty shy, to be honest. Very mineral, very pithy, citrus, lanolin. It's got a bit of mallow character, you know, that kind of slight, lazy, biscuity, kind of salty creaminess. Let's taste. Quite mouth-filling, very textural, lovely richness without it becoming too obvious. There's a very creamy kind of apricot peach fruit profile in there. You know, that's just very textbook Mainridge Chardonnay. Lovely texturally. Wonderful. I don't know if they've got any left, but definitely buy some of the Chardonnay. Alright, let's move on to the second wine. So they make two Pinot Noirs. They basically have, I think, an acre and a half. There's the original block, I believe, which is a half acre, and the more recent planting is the acre. So this is the acre Pinot Noir. Very light, not very intense. Beautiful kind of black cherry colour. Nice and stemmy, quite herbal. I think this is possibly a reflection of the vintage, being a little bit milder, lower yield. Hints of spice, but it is sort of showing a bit of black currant character, a bit of cassis, which is quite interesting, particularly for Pinot Noir. But definitely some black cherry in there. A little bit kind of red skinny, kind of candied raspberry. Let's taste. Again, very vibrant, lots of fruit, really, really intense, but fresh, vibrant, light. I think it does need a bit of time to settle down because it's quite exuberant now. Really juicy dark fruits in there. Probably could do with a bit of opening up. But lovely and fresh, and stylistically it absolutely is the kind of Pinot that I like to go for. It's part of the reason I go for Pinot Noir. Right, lucky last. We have the big guy, my favourite wine in the world to this day. Not necessarily the best, but it really is probably the one wine that absolutely cemented my love of wine, and it's the Half Acre Pinot Noir. So I believe these vines were planted back in the early 80s. So the oldest Pinot Noir, maybe even earlier than that. I think, you know, some of the oldest Pinot Noir vines in Australia. Maybe the 70s actually. Similarly, not super intense, but even a little bit darker, a little bit more concentrated in colour than the Acre. Denser, darker, a little bit more subtle. Not as much kind of spicy herbal notes, but definitely in that blackcurrant, blackberry kind of realm. Let's taste. Super intense, very concentrated, but a lovely kind of soft, fresh finish. Quite fine, but very focused and tight tannins. Again, dark fruits, really beautiful, intense dark fruits. Black cherry, blueberry, blackberry. Very light. You really don't see any oak character in these wines. I really do appreciate the handling of oak at Mainridge Estate. It's one of probably the thing. Yeah, it's something that I like looking back on. You know, it took a long time for me to kind of really understand the kind of ones that I connect with a lot more. The ones that have a lot less new oak, little to no new oak, in fact. And thinking back on the ones that I really loved, even early on, and realizing that they, without me realizing at the time, they fit that description very, very well. That less is more approach. These are really, really singular Australian wines, and if they were a little bit more accessible, but they're hardly made anyway, it would be much better. They have no distributor. They only sell to their mailing list. You know, you can very easily go down and buy them, but so often I've been there probably at least half a dozen times in my life, and so often they have wines unavailable because so much gets snatched up immediately. That's part of the reason why I just put down money and bought them before they even got released, because I just wanted to secure some, particularly you know, whilst the whites are still there. I believe that they will continue to consult the new owners and make sure that everything is handed over appropriately, and they, you know, hopefully continue the philosophy and approach that the whites had established there. But look, I'm really excited to taste these wines over the next few hours at Christmas dinner. They look beautiful, definitely reflections of the vintage. But look guys, thanks very much for watching this video. If you're a lover of Mainridge Estate like I am, please leave me a like and comment on this video. Make sure you subscribe to the Intrepid Winer channel. Come and visit me at intrepidwiner.com. Hope you had a lovely Christmas, and I will see you on the next video. But until then, cheers.